Hey guys, it is story time. I'm gonna tell you some stories. Either that or just start some discussion, give you some opinions, tell you what I think's going on. We're here at Lifeless Planet again, exploring this dead world that's not so dead, is it? We have a mystery on our hands. We have to get in the mystery machine with Scooby-Doo. God, I remember, I never liked Scooby-Doo. I never liked it, but I always watched it because it came on in the mornings before I went to school, and I didn't like thinking about school. I didn't like thinking about going to school at all. I might have actually done well in school if it wasn't for the social aspect, because I didn't much like people, and they didn't much like me. So I never really got along well with people. And that made it difficult. If it was just the studying and the education, I would have been fine. Which is why I did so well in college. College is so much different than high school, or than public school at all. I was really surprised. What is this? Oh! This is a completely buried house. Look at that shit. Oh, what's this? Hang on. Let's see. Life has gotten very hard here. Gotten. That's not really proper English, but oh well. I want to go home so much. My brother said I should make a list of things I miss about home. I smile when I think about these things. Hopefully we'll be able to go back very soon. Things I miss from home. Cheburger. I'm guessing that that's a food, Russian food. Laughter, music. Babushka is Savamar. Babushka is Russian for grandmother, I know that. So I'm guessing Savamar is some kind of either treat or food. Medicine. I miss medicine. Medicine's good. Fresh bread, milk, and mommy. Mommy? Like this is written from a kid. Had a interesting conversation with a friend of mine just a little bit earlier. Let's see.
Graves seem pretty makeshift. Like they were in a hurry to bury the bodies.
They were in a hurry. Discovered a collection of makeshift graves outside of town. Whatever and wherever this place is, seems things didn't end well for the inhabitants. My friend, he's having a hard time, with his relationship. And this is one of the people that I know that it seems like they have terrible, horrible luck. He's had terrible and horrible luck through his entire life. And it just seems that bad luck just falls on him. And he believes that too. However, from a third-party point of view, I can see that he simply makes bad decisions. And I've known some people who are close to me in my life who just make bad decisions, and it always turns out, in that case, that when you make bad decisions, your life is it's gonna seem like bad luck, but bad things are gonna happen. Ouch. Oh, do I have a I do have a flashlight, I just don't know where it is. I guess that's it. I guessed right. Yeah. I kind of figured that out, dude. Thank you. But, one of the things, there's that bed again. What could it mean? Hospital bed? And then it vanish. It vanish into thin pea. One of the things that he does is that he winds up keeping friends and relationships that are, you know, they're gonna go bad. And it's not that I would encourage people to, you know, not to help people when they need it, and not to be a good person to everyone. But keep in mind, the things that you allow in your life influence your life. And if you surround yourself with people who are continually going to make your life bad, who are continually going to need to, sap energy off of you, or they're gonna continually be in trouble, or they're gonna continually need, to depend on you, then that's the kind of life that you're going to have, because you've filled your life with that kind of thing. The people you surround yourself with, if they're successful, if they're happy, if they're energetic, if they're supportive, that's what you're going to have in your life. Whereas if you surround yourself with people who are constantly going to be depressed or in need of help or unable to get along on their own, that always need you to, support them, then that's what your life is going to be. And I'm not saying that, you shouldn't support your friends. Of course you should, because all your friends need it. But the kind of person I'm talking about is the kind of person who continually always needs this kind of treatment, or else they can't get along. There's no power. No power. I gotta find a way, and there's only one place in here that could possibly do it, and this is it over here. So do be careful about who you put in your life. If there's somebody in your life that you feel, Russian anthem, that you feel is damaging your life or damaging to you, then you may want to consider limiting your time with that person. A lot of people think that it's a deal. Well, if I don't help him, then nobody will. No, somebody else will. He'll get over it. Oh, here we go. 3 nights ago, I managed to barricade myself in the room, but then he lucked they won't be able to get in. They won't be able to get in here. Oh. Of course, all I've done is lock myself into my own tomb. I realize I'm near the end. The calls from the other posts have dwindled over the last few days, and it's been hours since anyone has responded. But I've made peace with the idea of my death, but I wish that I didn't have to face it alone. Now that's a thought. This looks like it used to be an office or something. I mean, I'm seeing machines. I can't tell what the machines are on the desks. Kind of look like sewing machines, but I'm not sure. So yeah, that is a thought, and it's something that I've thought about. Well, not very recently, but lately, I suppose. Is would I rather die surrounded by friends, or would I rather die by myself? And it's something to think about. It's something to think about, because I'm imagining, I wouldn't mind if I could pick any scenario, then I would like to die surrounded by people that I care about and who care about me. But I also know that people who care about me are going to be sad that I'm dying. And do I really want to spend my last few days, few weeks, just watching all the people I care about cry and weep and be sad all around me? Because that doesn't seem like a very pleasant way to end a life, is to have to sit around and watch all the people you care about suffer because of you. I almost think that I might rather just die by myself than to have people around me. What is this? What? Wait a minute. All right, now that's a glitch and a half, isn't it? Look at that. The dynamite's still sitting there. Can I pick it up again? No, won't let me. Well, it did the job, so I'm good with it.
So the Russians found some kind of portal that transported them to this planet. And then things went terribly wrong.
Yeah. So while... Oops. I found my way into some sort of research facility, came across the skeletal remains of one former lab worker. Documents nearby indicate the Russians built some sort of portal system that led here, though I'm still not sure where here is. The place appears to be a colony, like they weren't fully established before something went wrong. Which would be really that would be so... You would be so pissed if you spent 15 years traveling at twice the speed of light, which, by the way, means that everybody back on Earth that you knew and loved, they're dead. They're all dead. Because you traveling at that velocity, it's going to have slowed time down for you, and everybody will have been dead. And now you find out that after you left, somebody else just went, oh, portal, boom. Just there it is, walk right through it. And it was the Russians. Damn the Russians. So much news. Oh, is this a medical facility? I can read Russian letters, but I don't know all the words. And that doesn't, I don't know what the Russian word for hospital is. But, we're gonna go through here. It's kind of creepy, but this game doesn't turn out to be scary. It's not scary. There are creepy moments. The virus is spreading faster now. All our efforts to contain it have so far been futile. Or futile, however you want to say it. We haven't given up hope, however, and my colleagues are working tirelessly. We're not dealing with this terrestrial species, and thus there is so much we don't know. The challenge is so great, and yet we will prevail. We must prevail. I don't think you prevailed, dude. Looks like you did not prevail at all. Hospital bed again. Oh dear. What could it mean? And that actually is a real hospital bed. And now, see that? Look at the green footprints. There are some rather cinematic and some, I would say, tense and maybe even creepy moments.
I think my mind is playing tricks on me.
In this game, but it doesn't actually get scary. There's no jump scares, nothing like that. Mind is playing tricks on me. I thought for a moment I was back on Earth. After the hallucinations passed, I found a human trackway leading out of the underground facility. The footprints glow green for some reason I can't explain. I took some samples, but I haven't had time to analyze. The footprints seem to lead out of the facility, so for now I'm going to follow them, but with caution. And here they go. Oh dear. Oh, there's a big fan and it's blowing me. Why? Oh. Oh, blow me, fan. Blow me, yes. You blow me so good. Making jokes. This one's kind of half-ass busted, so what we do, we go over here and, looky here. Push, pushy push. Uh-huh. Go down there and do your job, Beryl. No, gonna need an extra hand. There we go. Alright. Also some green moss down here. But I guess my whole point is, you know, what you surround your life with, who you surround yourself with in life. Mainly the people, but also the situations, is also the way your life is going to turn out. I mean, you can't just make bad decisions and surround yourself with needy people who are always going to be a drain on you and expect to have a good, successful, forward progressing life. It's not going to happen. Here we go. And, I mean, I know that probably sounds like kind of a douchey thing to say. And maybe it is a douchey thing to say, but it's the truth. It's just what's true. I didn't make it true. Nobody else made it true. It's just what's true. Oh, I didn't want to do that. We're following the footprints of doom, and there's earthquake. Earthquake! Why am I being earthquaked? I do not know. So right now, in this game anyway, I'm surrounded by nobody.
Maybe there's a way around.
Maybe so. Let's go look over here. Nope, not in there. Now we're getting to an area of this game where I've kind of forgotten what do. There we go. It's not that hard of a game. I do remember that there was one or two puzzles that were a bit difficult, but for the most part, it's a casual game. Aha! I found you, green trail of slime. This almost looks like, you guys ever seen glowworms? They had those a lot in Arkansas when I was growing up. Didn't know what they were at first. Looked like tiny little dots, but you can only see them at night. And they're little living creatures that just sit there and glow almost like, fireflies. Except they're usually in, you know, wet grass or moss or things like that. Around rivers and swamps and things. Now wait a minute. Oh, okay, here we go. I think. A little hard to see in here. What's this?
Looks like they were trying to mine this stuff. I hope it isn't radioactive.
I've located an abandoned mining operation. The rocks here appear to share the same phosphorescent properties of the human footprints. It's E99! From Singularity. I'm following. I suspect there's some radiation involved here. Not sure if this area is safe, so I'm moving on. Following the green footprints the best I can. Well, what if they're radioactive footprints, dude? You don't know. So, radioactivity. Man, you know, for a long time in the 80s, brother, I was really, really terrified of nuclear war. And I think everybody was back then. There was a period where nobody knew if tomorrow, the next day, the Russians were going to send nukes at us, or a nuclear war was going to start. Could have happened any time, and it was frightening back in the early 80s mainly. The very end of the Cold War. But it seems like a weird thing to be frightened of now. Even though we really were back then, a lot. Okay. But, you know, they, of course, back then the news, the way they do now, and this is why it's hard for me to get terrified about Trump or about, you know, the news media going, oh my god, it's gonna burn, the world's falling apart, is because, oh, look at that. Yep. Man, them Russians, they can build some concrete buildings, can't they? Is because I've seen it so much. I've seen the media, you know, take what people are afraid of, pump it up to make it seem worse than it is, because frightened people, they're better consumers. Frightened people buy more products. Because, okay, if we're afraid of a gas attack, people are going to go out and they're going to buy gas masks. They're going to buy things that will fortify your house from gas leaks and make it airtight. They're going to buy duct tape. They're going to buy survival kits. They're going to watch the news constantly. They're going to watch the commercials on the news constantly. Frightened people are better consumers. And there's another person. It's hard to see because it's small. And she is Russian. And she took off. Hey, wait! Don't leave me! But that's just always been a fact. And when it was nuclear war, and everybody was afraid of nuclear war,
A vivid hallucination. Or I'm not alone on this planet.
the news media would pump up nuclear war could happen anytime, any day. Here's an expert on nuclear war. Yep, it's coming. It's definitely gonna happen any day now. And then the commercials on the news would be all about, you know, insurance and nuclear fallout equipment and shelters that you could buy. And it's just all consumerism. You know, never panic about something until you have to. That's just, until you have to panic about something, don't. And I know a lot of people are panicking about Trump right now. But until he does something stupid, I mean, ultimately stupid, that's going to get us all in trouble, don't panic until then. Because, look, if there's nothing you can do about it, then there's no need to worry. If there is something you can do about it, then do that thing and don't worry. There's never any need to worry. You know, until the shit hits the fan, there's no need to worry about these things. It's the same thing happened back with the net neutrality thing. I mean, before it was even a thing, people were like, oh my god, net neutrality, they're going to cut bandwidth from sites that they don't want, and they're going to prefer sites and charge extra, blah, blah, blah. And what do you think about this? A lot of people asked me what I thought about it. And my thoughts were, don't worry about it unless it happens. But people were worried about it the whole time. You know what? Never happened. It never happened. Despite the hesitation of our scientists, I increased the kilowatt output of our electrical generators by 200% without noticeable environment reaction. The reproduction rate of the moss-like species we call greenfire appears to be quite high, and we theorize that it must also serve as a source of nutrients for other plant life on the planet. And this is really, 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 really long. Okay, continuing on. So see, some little bit of puzzling, and we have a little bit of mystery here, but for the most part, it's environmental, it's exploration. I like the little jumpy puzzles. They're easy, they're simple, and I get to watch my astronaut go boing, boing. Man, I really hope that this Mars thing isn't just bullshit. Because everybody right now is like all about going to Mars, and you know, NASA and Boeing, and they're developing vehicles to go to Mars with, and I would really love to see that happen in my lifetime. I would love to see people get to Mars in my lifetime. I mean, I know we can do it. And you know, it will, I think it'll be a triumph for our species if we can learn to live on other planets. I mean, think about this. Of all the planets there are in this universe, which is a lot, the fact that the one right next to ours we could live on, is that just sheer coincidence? I mean, out of all the planets in the universe, of course not. There are plenty of habitable planets in even in our solar system. Most of them are moons, but they're very habitable. We could spread out all over the place and give some people some elbow room, you know? We stop just destroying the Earth so bad. What are you? Why am I hearing this? I hear radio. A radio broadcast. What do I do? Now I forget. Now I totally forget. I know that I've got to go somewhere, but I don't know where. I totally forgot how to do. Maybe it's over here. Yeah, it looks like it's over here. Okay. Here we go. This is much better. Much, much better. I'll just walk around here. Oh, what are those? Now just white rocks. Oh. You know, I gotta say, I don't know if you guys have watched my, the videos I've been a part of, with Damn Dog Games, but I am so very happy and proud, that they invited me to be a part of their group. I mean, those guys really are kicking ass. If you've seen, I love the cinematics they do. And just, they're so cinematic with the videos they make, and they look good. They look really good, and I was a fan of them before I contacted them. And, at some point, I think I left a comment on one of their videos, and I'm like, hey, great video, dudes. And, oh! Ow! Shit! That looked painful as fuck. Okay, let's, try that again. If I can find my way back to where I was. Oh, oops, going the wrong way. Alright, yeah, okay, here we go. Yeah, they let me in, and I put on my best A game, you know, for doing gaming, and I'm so happy. I've always wanted to be a part of a gaming troupe, I never imagined that DDG would ask me to be a part of theirs, and I'm so happy for that. So yeah, if you guys haven't, seen, that, then, go check out DDG, and they really make some good videos, and, okay, let's be careful this time. Alright, what are these? These look a bit different. And we have a thing. A science thing. Garnets. Initial analysis indicates, almandine or pyrope garnets in a mica schist. Typical of minerals formed deep underground at very high pressure. If confirmed, this suggests an active plate tectonic activity on this planet's crust, in which could contribute to an environment more hospitable for life. Well, there we have it. I think, that's all I really have to talk about today. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and, I will see you again in the next story time.